Live from my living room while my daughter sleeps in the other room, it's the Selfie Talk Show with your hosts Adam Karell and Justin J. Johnson with special guest joke teller Monica Karell. Hello and welcome.
And here are 3 jokes we wrote.
Former NFL star Aaron Hernandez has been found guilty of first-degree murder and is facing life in prison. He'll enter prison as a tight end, and we'll see how long that lasts.
NASA made a bold claim this week, stating that alien life could be found by the year 2025. Tilda Swinton disagrees, claiming, "I'm already amongst you."
There's a new drug-resistant bug that is circulating the U.S. When asked how, the bug said, "Dare."
All right. You know, some troubling news in this past week when 3 rather prominent figures took a stance against something we hold very dear to our heart. The Selfie Stick. Never one to back down from an opponent, we're defending ourselves in a new segment we're calling
This Week in Stick It. Hey Coachella, you want to ban selfie sticks? Why don't you stick to being a filthy breeding ground of STDs, one-night stands, and bands that suck? And while you're at it, stick it.
Hey, Disneyworld, you want to ban selfie sticks? Why don't you stick to being a filthy breeding ground of measles, pervs in costumes, and overpriced churros? And while you're at it, stick it.
Oh, hey, presidential hopeful Ben Carson, you want to ban selfie sticks? Why don't you stick to being a filthy breeding ground of hate, ignorance, and the archaic notion that being gay is a choice? And while you're at it, stick it. Well, let's welcome our guest tonight. She's my wife. She's Monica Karell.
Oh, hey.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being a guest.
Sure.
So you're my wife.
Yes.
And how awful is that?
Really awful.
That's fair.
Seems like it.
One of the many things I love about you is your ability to tell a joke, and we were hoping that you could share one with us and our viewers.
Okay, I normally charge for this, but okay.
She charges for everything.
I do.
No.
Okay.
This is part of it.
Yeah.
Okay. There's this zookeeper, and his name is Ryan, and Ryan is in charge of the penguins. And Ryan has them over at his house because he actually bathed them in his bathtub. And he woke up. The penguins. And he woke up, and he had to take them to the zoo, but then he realized he had like a whole bunch of stuff to do. He had to go to the dentist because he had a toothache, and he had to pick up groceries for his mother and his grandmother. And so he asked his roommate, Paul, I really need these penguins to get back to the zoo, but I don't have time to do it. Is there any way you could take the penguins to the zoo for me? Paul is waking up from bed, and he says, "No problem, I got it. You do your thing, I'll take care of the penguins." So Ryan gets in his car and drives and picks up the groceries, and he goes to the dentist and fixes his toothache, and everything's fine. And then he's driving down the street in the middle of the afternoon, and on the sidewalk he sees Paul walking down the street with the penguins following behind. And he gets out of the car and he's all frantic, and he says, "Paul, what happened? I thought you were taking the penguins to the zoo." And Paul looks at him kind of funny and says, "I did. And now I'm taking them to the movies."
Yes.
You're welcome.
Another gem. Well, that's been our show. Thank you for being our guest.
You're welcome.
And selfie.